You ever seen the first original movie Walking Dead?
I really never really tried to even pay attention to it too much.
In that movie, the dead people, they walk around, they saying brains, they be trying to eat people's brains. They trying to get knowledge. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these movies have symbolism to them, but it be over a lot of people's heads, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but that was the symbolism of it. These people is the Walking Dead. That's what our people is right now. They the Walking Dead. They the Walking Dead. But the only problem is, a lot of them ain't trying to get no brains. They still don't get it. They still don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The Scarecrow wanted what? Brains. He wanted to be smart. King Solomon said what? He ain't asked for all the money in the world. He asked for what? Knowledge. That's the real power. The knowledge, man. So, anyway, all right. So,
I was gonna say, I think the other thing you was looking for was way 11 when you was talking about the books.
Yeah, the Bible, the Quran, and then the Circle 7. Without reading these books, you really, your whole understanding gonna be off, and that's what's going on right now. A lot of people understanding off. They ain't on the right cue. Looking for my feds. I had it on the day when I went to court. We had a court battle today.
Yeah, how did it end up anyway?
Good. Threw it out, no jurisdiction. Threw it right out, no jurisdiction. Judge kept asking me, you an attorney? Like, I'm a public minister for the u.s.a.r. American International Mission. He like, you an attorney? I'm like, I'm a public minister for the u.s.a.r. American International Mission. He said, you an attorney? I said, I'm a public minister for the u.s.a.r. American International Mission. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He messed up in the head about the stuff that I found up in that courtroom. He didn't want no action. He didn't want no action. The European, he in there whining like a baby. Whining. Oh, they did. Man, this been going on since 2010. They just doing this. The Markham police won't do this. The sheriff ain't doing this. That's whining. He's like, man, look, this case over with. We don't have no jurisdiction. The case over. Here, you need to look at this stuff he found in here. Look at this. Gave it to him. But I know dude ain't through, because, you know, they can't stand to get whooped by no brothers.
Yeah, they can't.
Especially when you ain't no attorney, they think you just supposed to be stupid. I'm trying to let the man know I'm higher than an attorney, Joe. I'm a public minister. I'm trained for this. I'm representative of Allah. So understand, I'm here on God's behalf. You think you finna outsmart me with your law? Don't even think about it. You got to do some crookedness to get past me. That's the only way. You got to just commit straight out fraud to get by me in the law. Because other than that, you're not finna get by me. But I had done already the stuff I filed in the court, letting the judge know, man, don't do nothing you ain't got no business doing. And then what really killed him and messed him up, I had a court stenographer there. He like, you ordered that? He like, you ordered her? You had a court stenographer come in here? I'm like, yeah. He like, oh. He like, what case is this? I said, here it is, right? He like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm letting you know what's up. Anytime a public minister appear up in one of these courts for the u.s.a.r. American International Mission, we gonna have a court stenographer in here, player. You ain't finna just disobey the law and do whatever you want to do when I step up in here. It ain't going on. So anyway, yeah, he told dude, man, look, I ain't got no jurisdiction. The sheriff ain't gonna serve. Fly told him the sheriff ain't gonna serve nothing. The sheriff ain't gonna evict them. He ain't gonna do nothing. I can't compel Markham police to do nothing. This case over. He trying to tell dude so many words. Dude steady whining. He like, look, I can sympathize with you, but man, this case over. That's what I'm gonna get a copy of the transcript. But yeah. But anyway, you know, they say in the Bible, when I was a child, I played with childish things. Now that I'm a man, I put away those childish things. So, like brothers like y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is your time. You gotta, man, You got a whole new jump start. Everything how you been living so far, all this time you been here, man, throw all that mess in the garbage. It's time to start over fresh. Fresh. You finna be empowered. But you gotta line up for it, man. You gotta get on that square, man. You got to get on that square so that you can get what you got coming to you, because it's coming. The ones that don't get on that square, they gonna be the ones still getting ruled and they supposed to, because guess what? They don't study or know no law. How you gonna lead us as a nation? You don't even understand the law, brother. It's impossible. You the blind leading the blind. How you gonna defend us from other nations? You don't know the law. How you gonna secure land and property and anything else for us? You don't know the law. What you think a treaty is? A treaty, somebody had to know some law to draw up this treaty and make sure that our rights is protected in this treaty. You got to know law. No, but you at least say learn the law, because you are the law, man. How you gonna be the law? You ain't reading the law. The Bible say what? Those that wish to have godly wisdom must study what? The written law. If you're not studying the written law, you lost. You lost. You one of the sheep. The ones that studying the law is the shepherds. They got to look out for you, because you don't know no better, because you ain't studying.
Y'all ready for this?
That's how it works. So, let's get into this board right here. This is going to be real simple. Y'all recognize this flag?
No,
You know what flag that is?
that's the Morris flag.
Okay, good. You ain't all the way lost.
Oh,
Okay, good. Okay. In order to have a nationality, I'm going to straighten this real quick. This is so simple. In order to have a nationality, be part of a nation, you got to have this, a nation. Okay? And what I'm saying is, in order to have a nationality, you got to have a nation. If you ain't got a nation, you ain't got no nationality. I don't care what no more talking about. I don't care what they talking about. That's why you keep hearing more something about, oh, the prophets say save yourself, take what I bought you, save yourself. You got to save yourself first before you can say, do anything. That ain't it. You got to save your nation to save yourself. We all got to come together. Ain't none of us going to be saved. Anywhere in that Bible you look, God wiped out whole nations. He don't care because a few was He wiped them all. It don't work that way. So if we as a race and nation of people is transgressing against the law, we are lawless people. We're a lawless nation. If we stand by and let some Europeans beat one of our people up, slap one of our sisters, call out a name, and we just stand there being men, you need to be wiped out. Because they ain't finna let you do no white woman like that. Be all up in their neighborhood calling her out her name, calling those bees and slapping her, and they not finna go. They ain't gonna go. Ain't no real race or nation of people gonna allow that.
Ready for this?
You gotta protect your woman. You can look at the animals. The animals gonna protect their women. We gotta do the same thing. The woman first. She the nation. A nation, large group of people having a common origin, language, and tradition, and usually constituting a political entity. When a nation is coincident with a state, the term nation state is often used, also termed nationality. Now, so this is very clear. In order to have a nationality, I take that back. In order to be a nation, you got to have two things. You got to have a state, and you got to have a nationality. Ain't no nation without a state and a nationality. That's simple. That's simple, right? Okay. National, of or relating to a nation, a member of a nation, nationwide in scope. allegiance to and under the protection of a state. So, for us to be what Noble Drew Ali intended for us, which is a national citizen, right? Then you gotta, once again, you gotta be part of a state. You can't be no national if you ain't part of no nation. What kind of national are you? So, United States national, a citizen of the United States or a non-citizen who owes permanent allegiance to the United States, also termed U.S. national, U.S. citizen with a small c.
Mm-hmm.
What you want to be is a national. Because a national is somebody with allegiance to a state. It's somebody with allegiance to a state. Nationality, nation. The relationship between a citizen of a nation and the nation itself. Customarily involving allegiance by the citizen and protection by the state. Who is the state? Our people. Our people is the state.
Mm-hmm.
So this basically saying you're gonna be protected by your people. Anybody mess with you, your people they gonna look out for you.
So
It's basically saying your allegiance is to who? Your people.
And that's where the reference when you in court, the people of whatever states you in.
The people, they always say what? The people versus you.
Versus you, exactly.
So you in there as an individual
It's a whole group of people.
with a whole nation of people versus you in that courtroom. Instead of you being in that courtroom the way you're supposed to be in there, which is like this here. I'm gonna show you how you're supposed to be in there. So it's like the people of Illinois versus you.
With your name all in capital letters.
Versus Tone, right? This a nation of people. You by yourself, dog. You ever think you finna be the whole nation by yourself? That ain't gonna do it. This how it gotta be. When they do that, this is what's supposed to happen. The state's supposed to protect you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the state's supposed to do what? We file a counterclaim. We say, hey, hold up. Watch this. Illinois. That's a nation versus a nation. That's one nation versus another nation. We the Moorish American people, United States of America Republic versus the people of the state of Illinois. And a lot of times when they had that, when you look at it sometimes, it had the people of the state of Illinois, but then they still had down here like Illinois, and Illinois in all capital letters, and the state of Illinois in all capital letters.
Mm-hmm.
So you going against the people and the state corporation. You're going against both of them. So actually it's two people bringing a claim against you. The state and the body of people. Versus you by yourself. Unless you part of a state. If you part of a state, this is how it's going to be on that. Now, we the people, we the Moorish American people of the United States of America Republic versus these people here. Nation versus nation. So when you get to nation versus nation, now you fall under Article 3, automatic. Supreme Court got automatic jurisdiction. With what? With two states. Controversy between two states. Automatic Supreme Court. Ain't nothing to talk about. We go straight to the top. Bam. We ain't got to go through no preliminaries dealing with these lower inferior courts. But Tone, them versus Tone, guess what? Tone got to go through this court, then he got to appeal to the state appellate court, then he get shot down there, then he got to appeal to the state Supreme Court, and they shoot him down, then he got to appeal to the federal appellate court, they shoot him down, then he got to try to make it up there and appeal to the Supreme Court if they even accept your case. Why go through all that? We can go straight to the Supreme Court right now. Just by being a nation of people, being a state. Because this is an issue between one state and another state. They got one of our citizens. Dude belong to this state right here. He's not part of their state. And in our state, we got laws that protect him being a citizen under our state. You feel me? The other thing is this that a lot of people don't get. Know you are a prophet, okay? So a prophet, he work in the time that he in and in the future. So he doing certain things in the time he in to help the people. But then he also gonna prophesize and tell you about what need to be done in the future, and what the people, what's gonna happen with the people in the future, and what the people need to do in the future, and everything. So he working in the time he in and in the future, and I think that's where again a lot of Moors that's trying to follow Noble Jew Ali ain't getting. When you reading the prophet stuff, you gotta read it for the time he was in and for the future. For this time. Back then, he was trying to get them to demonstrate a municipality. A municipality. He already knew in the future you're going to be demonstrating something bigger than a municipality when you really find out what I bought you, which is a state. You got your own state. Brothers don't get it. In this country, the states is sovereign. The states, nations of people is sovereign. The people with a nationality in a state, they the ones that's sovereign. You having a nationality don't do nothing for you. And on the whole issue of sovereignty, if you're not a Moorish, you ain't a Moorish American. If you're not sovereign, you're part of a sovereign autonomous nation if you're a Moor. Nah, ain't no sovereign by yourself. But being part of a sovereign autonomous nation and you being at home in your land makes you the sovereign of the land. This guy Irish, he cannot be the sovereign of this land. He got to go to Ireland. What he say in Ireland, go. What she say in Scotland, go. That's how it works. What he say over in Germany, it go. He German. It goes. So now, somebody called me on the phone. They say, man, there's some Haitian brothers. What they got to do to become a citizen under your state, under the state, under our state? I say, well, no, they say what they got to do to proclaim their nationality, what they got to do to become a citizen on our state. I say, well, brother, they already got a nationality. They need to go to the Moorish Science Temple of America now. They straight. They got a nationality. They got a land. Hades. But what they don't have is their divine creed as Muslims. They got to go through Moor Science Temple of America and get that. They already Moors. They already got nationalities. They Haitians. They already got the nationality. They got a flag. They got all that. But what they don't have is their divine rights as Muslims. And that they got to go through the temple to get. They got to go through that temple to get that, so that they understand that them and us are all the same family and we all brothers. That comes from going through that temple. Anybody, a European, Chinese, Japanese, Puerto Rican, it don't matter. Any of them could be citizens up under our state. Any of them. And if you really study civics and you understand civics, the government that rule in any country is going to be what? The most popular government. The government that everybody like how they run their government is where you want to live. Some people want to live in Las Vegas because prostitution legal there, gambling legal there. They want to live there. That's what they want to do. They want to gamble and have prostitutes. So they live in Las Vegas. Some people like what? Florida. Some people like California. It depends on how, whatever state, how they running their government, on where you decide you want to live. Are their taxes too high here? I'm moved down here, taxes cheaper. Man, it's more jobs, it's more this. Then you move there. Same thing with us. When you got your state government up and running as a nation of people, all other people here got a choice. They can stay up under the Europeans. They can break off and get with these so-called sovereign citizen people and try to overtake something like they gonna try to do and get wiped out. Or they gonna say, well, you know what? I like how the Moors run their government. I wanna be one of their citizens. We're gonna say, well, come on. Come on. God telling you this in the Bible. You're gonna have aliens that sojourn with you. It's going to be people that want to be up under you because they know you're righteous and just people. They don't want to go live over there. They want to stay right here with you because y'all straight. Y'all some righteous people. Y'all God people. We want to stay close to God people as possible. We don't want to leave here. We want to stay here with y'all. But the whole catch is y'all can't stay here with us if you ain't going to get on the righteous page. If you ain't going to practice love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, you got to go. You the adversary. Anybody that ain't on what God on, you the adversary, period. If you ain't for living righteous and living good and helping people and, you know, raising your kids, and you the adversary. Because guess what? Because you ain't raising your shorty grew up and now he done shot somebody in drive-by because you didn't raise him. And teach him them and installing him the values and principles that God gave you to install in him at an early age that would give him that moral compass. You see what I'm saying? And once you get into more sciences, God getting them divine teachers and divine lessons and divine rights, then you begin to really understand and be able to teach him the correct way to let him know that when you hear that little voice in you and that little voice tell you, don't do that, listen to it. Don't do it. Because that's God inside you talking to you. It's telling you this in the Bible. He said, man, I didn't tell them to do no animal sacrifices. I told y'all to listen to my voice. Listen to your voice. Yeah, that little voice in you to be telling you, man, don't go up there. For some reason, something tell you don't walk to the corner store. You don't pay no attention, though, because you ain't trained. You ain't trained. That's one of your senses. God looking out for you. You walk your butt up to the corner store, they start shooting. You almost get shot. Gave you the warning. Joe, don't do that. Don't go up there. Because you ain't been training yourself to listen to that voice. I listen to that voice. That voice be talking to me. I do exactly what it say. I don't care what nobody tell me, what nobody got to say. I'm going to do exactly what it tell me. Whatever that voice inside me tell me to do, if it say get up and walk out of here right now, I'm going to get right up, put my shoes on. I'm not questioning nothing. I'm out that door. I'm out that door. Whatever they tell me. Don't go around there. I ain't going around there. You got more than 5 senses. The prophet said exercise your 5 senses, but I'm trying to tell you, man, you got more than 5. Don't be fooled. You got way more than 5. And intuition is one of them. So
what was the 6th sense?
That's another sense.
What was the meaning behind that?
Intuition. I mean, having that feeling.
Being able to communicate with the dead. That's what he was doing, being able to communicate with spirits. Just like you got power to communicate with God and communicate with our ancestors. You got power to do that. You done forgot though, but you got power to do that. And that's another reason we on the bottom, because our people, the Europeans, is communicating with theirs and they tell them, man, this was going to happen. But they ain't getting no good reports from theirs. Theirs telling them, yeah, y'all in trouble, man. That's what theirs telling them. When they communicating with their ancestors now, they tell them, y'all in trouble, man. Y'all in trouble. And it's our fault y'all in trouble for all the stuff we did. Y'all in trouble. But what they need to do is, and they ancestors is probably telling them, man, that guy Noble Drew Ali was a real prophet. Y'all need to be trying to help them Moors. Because if y'all gonna be saved, it's gonna be them to save y'all. Ain't nobody else gonna save y'all. All the other people of color gonna be trying to kill y'all. They gonna be trying to get you. The Moors gonna save you. Because they the righteous ones. We the light. Bottom line, period. So, this guy called me today, he said, man, I can't understand why our people still be messing with these Europeans, man. I don't understand it. He said, man, can you explain to me why we keep messing with these people? I said, you want me to be honest with you? He said, yeah. He said, far as I know, you always be honest. I said, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. Because this is the time for it. I said, you know why black people can forgive European people and still mess with them after all the stuff they done did to us? You know why we can do that? If they cool, we'll have them in our crib, eat with us, everything. We ain't tripping. All they got to do is be cool, don't be on no BS. We'll mess with them. You know why that is? It's telling you in the Bible why that is. Because you are loving and forgiving God. God in the Bible is you. You are loving and forgiving God. And guess what you know? Even though you might don't know it, but deep down inside you know this. This is why you do that. This is why you still mess with them. That's your creation. They come from you. That's your lower self. And that lower self of yours had to have time and divine lessons and teachings. Time and divine lessons and teachings. So that they could do what? Have a circumcision of the heart. They wasn't going to change no other way. See, a lot of our people run around here talking about, yeah, they killing us, they doing this, they doing that. Yeah. Now, how high are you in your understanding, brother? Yeah, no, that ain't good. They killing us. They killing our kids, and they do. No, that ain't good. Why it ain't good though? It ain't good because it's wrong. But if you really in your higher understanding, then you know what? They ain't killing. They can't never kill us, dog. We don't have no fear of death. Period. Because we understand it ain't the end. It ain't the end. Our people didn't have fear of death. You got that from the European, made you start fearing that. It ain't the end. So if you really understand that, you shouldn't be getting all bent out of shape about this stuff, because you already know, man, it ain't the end. Dude just really got reborn. It's really what happened to him. He just got reborn again. He done left the hellhole. He's straight. He probably finna be born again in another hour. He probably finna come back in this world again. Brand new, like a brand new baby. We just like baby kids. Moors don't die, we multiply. You feel? So, that's the business.